Motilal Oswal Investor Conference, where Aditya Puri, the MD of HDFC Bank, is speaking.
As we stand today, we are in a situation that we don't have a current account problem. We're on the right side of the commodity cycle. We don't have an inflation problem. We don't have a fiscal deficit issue. Our growth is not predicated on a major monetary surplus. Inflation is under control. And while we can argue about the efficacy of the government, I think give them some credit, yeah? After all, they have ratified to a large extent the power issues. Coal is now freely available. Telecom has a clearer policy. GST will come. You have the bankruptcy law. You have Aadhaar, which will lead to a better distribution of benefits to the weaker sections of the population. So if you take all of this into account, and we had a damn good monsoon. So if you look at this, somewhere between 7.5% and 8% is a given. That, I think, is fantastic. The other issue also you have to recognize, if you buy the hypothesis that global growth is not going to be great, and unless people want to bet substantially on what basis, I don't know, for currency appreciation in countries which are not going to grow, then you can't bet on a zero interest rate because the only return could have been currency appreciation. Of course, we will also have an issue in terms of, a lot of you, and take this with a pinch of salt, understanding that the last three black swan events that Mr. Ramdeo Agarwal warned me about passed without a ripple. So could it be that you're looking for volatility, Ramdeo? Brexit, if whatever, what will happen to the Fed rate? It may be something that we could think about. We also must understand that we have moved, and you can criticize how far we've gone, but we moved substantially on the digital side. And there will be and is a revolution going on digital, where India will leapfrog past the desktop stage to the computing power available on a mobile phone. So given that, we are exceedingly positive about our place in India as an Indian, and I'm happy to say that, since press is not here now, no? So since the next question, if you were the press, would be, are you a BJP man? No, I am an India man. And I've always been. So whether it's Ramdeo, whether it's Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, me, we think what's good for the country, and we're talking of facts. So let's not tarnish this with any political affiliation. Now coming to HDFC Bank, which is the easy part. The way we see ourselves positioned today, number one, we are the best brand in the country. We have my friend Rajiv Bajaj sitting here, but this is not my statement, fortunately. So you can dispute it, but with Milford Brown. So who have valued us as among the top, the only Indian brand in the top 100. So that's one. Secondly, our balance sheet is not under strain. Thirdly, we don't expect it to be under strain. Fourthly, our margins are not under a problem. They'll always be, as Shashi said, within the range. What's it, Shashi? 4 and 4.3? Correct me wherever my figure is wrong. Yeah. Between 4 and 4.3. Our NPAs, again, are within the range. 0.9 to 1.2, 1.3. I'm not giving you any forecast. I'm saying the ranges don't change, and we think our basic model is sound. We're one of the few banks that actually went to where 60% of India lives. That is semi-urban and rural India, which is totally and completely understood.
All right, then, that's the big man saying.